Hello, this is Gamerboy talking here, and welcome to another episode of Improv Rant. And today I'm going to be talking about this game. This is Fallout 4 for the Xbox One. It's also available on PC and PS4. I'm sure you're aware of it. And don't get me wrong, I love this game. I think it's brilliant. It's one of the best RPGs I've played in recent years. I do like The Witcher 3 also. I think The Witcher 3 is also a fantastic game, but I'm still getting into it. It's really big. So for those people that say The Witcher 3 has more content, Fallout 4 sucks, then go and do one, because I like all games of all kinds. But that's not what I'm talking about today. Today, I'm talking about Fallout 4 and Bethesda's recent actions since, give or take, late May, mid-June, or around that time, between May and July of 2016. Now, let's rewind back to earlier this year, when Bethesda had the Season Pass for all of its downloadable content that would be coming out in future. They told us that there would be more DLC incoming, and because of this, they hiked the Season Pass price up to $50 to $60, €60, when it was originally $29.99. The reason they said this, as I just said, was that they were going to give us more DLC in future. And I feel sorry for those Season Pass holders that bought the Season Pass after the price hike, because I feel like Bethesda has just ninja shafted those people and ninja shafted everybody else that actually paid for the Season Pass in general, because they have just recently announced that Nuka World, which is Fallout 4's latest DLC that's coming out in August, is going to be the last piece of DLC that Bethesda will give us for Fallout 4. Now, this can go one of two ways. On a positive perspective, anyone who likes the workshop content, like myself, I do like the workshop content, will be happy and somewhat pleased to know that most of the DLC comprises of workshop DLC. And to those who like the workshop, is fine. That's almost a good thing. We got more content. But for those who aren't interested in using the workshop feature in Fallout 4, will feel a bitter taste of salt in their mouth when they notice that the amount of DLC that Bethesda has given us for Fallout 4 has comprised of the following. The first piece of DLC, I think, was... The first piece of DLC was a workshop DLC, I think. They've given us 3 workshop DLC packs, 1 minor single mission pack, which in the form of the Automatron. I think they've given us Far Harbor, which is its first major different area DLC, for that matter, for lack of a better term. And now they're about to give us a Vault DLC and Nuka World. When you break all that down, there has only been 2 major DLC that's came out for Fallout 4 post-August. That is a very small number of DLC compared to what Fallout 3 has had and what Fallout New Vegas has had. The content that Fallout 3 had was huge. The Game of the Year edition of Fallout 4 has not even been announced yet, but when you take into consideration the full price of Fallout 4 alone and the Season Pass, which is after being hiked in price, you're talking €120 or $120 for Fallout 4 and all of its DLC. And that would be okay if the DLC was vast and it was going to keep coming for the next year or two. But it's not. We have actually been given 2 major DLC packs, 1 minor DLC pack, and 3 or 4 workshop DLC packs. That's bad. That's really bad. I feel sorry for those people that have bought the Season Pass. I think it's absolutely disgraceful. I love this game, but I have a bitter taste in my mouth to Bethesda. I usually love Bethesda. I love the content that they come out with for all of their games. This is inexcusable. The workshop content should have came free anyway, because the workshop is an optional feature in the game that you don't have to do. So why would you make us pay for more content for that and include it in the Season Pass, which you've hiked up in price? If you're going to make us pay for the workshop, you should have made it separate from the Season Pass. At the very least. Don't put it in with the Season Pass, including it with all the other major DLC that we're getting, 2 in total, and pass it off as extra pieces of DLC making it this one huge package, because not everybody plays the workshop. Anyone who's played Fallout in the past, from Fallout 3 onwards more specifically, the likes of Skyrim and Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3 will know that they expect huge batches of DLC in their game in future. And you haven't gave us that on Fallout 4. Instead, you've gave us 2 major DLC packs, which I haven't even played yet. I haven't even played Far Harbor yet. I haven't even made a start on it, because I was going to wait on everything coming out at once, and then it would be like playing a whole new game. Now I feel like I'm just going to be playing 2 major DLC packs, which you claim is the final DLC pack post-August. That baffles my mind, because you told us that there would be many more DLC in future. Since your second batch of DLC, you've gave us you're giving us 3 extra packs, 2 workshop packs, which is the Vault-Tec one is coming this month on July, and then we've got the major one in August, which is Nuka World. I don't understand why this is the last batch of DLC. Now, granted, I'm only going by the tweet that one of your staff members put up. For all we know, you could just unveil something else after August. Who knows? But as it stands, you've shafted those who have actually went and bought the season pass post price hike, and it baffles me that you would actually do something like this, because I actually had a lot of respect for you. I had a lot of respect for Bethesda Studios, a lot of respect for them. I think they are one of the best developers out there, albeit they do use a dated graphics engine for their games, but the games themselves are good when you play them. When they're playable, they're really playable. They're really good. But this is inexcusable. So what are we supposed to do at this point? All we can do really is take the bitter pill and swallow it and just accept it that this is what you've gave us. I'm grateful that I've actually gotten the season pass before the price hike, but I feel so bad for those that bought the season pass after the price hike under the impression that they were going to get a hell of a lot more content. Instead, you've gave us 2 workshop DLC and 1 major DLC between now and August. That is bad, especially when you've just stated that Nuka World is going to be the final DLC. When you look at Fallout New Vegas, it had, I don't know, 4, maybe 5 major DLC, along with 2 minor DLC along with it. I do not remember fully, but I think that's what they gave us. They gave us Lonesome Road, The Big Empty, Dead, Honest Hearts, Dead. Oh god, you know what? It's not off the top of my head. I can't remember, but I do know that they gave us a hell of a lot more major content than what you've gave us for Fallout 4, and I just feel. I feel for those who have bought the season pass, and I'm actually stuttering. I just thought I would get all this out and just explain why we're unhappy. Bethesda's probably not going to see this video. They're probably not going to see half the complaints that people are seeing, because I don't understand. The only thing positive I can put to this negative is maybe they're going to start work on the next big title. Who knows if it's going to be the Elder Scrolls 6? Who knows if it's going to be an in-between Fallout game handed over to Obsidian? Who knows? I haven't got a clue. Maybe it'll be a new IP. But as it stands, I feel sorry for the majority of people that have bought the season pass after the price hike, because I think they just got shafted. And that's all I can say about it. So that's it. It's a brilliant game. It is a fantastic game, but you fucked us over, Bethesda, with the price hike and the extra 1 major DLC and 2 major DLC, 2 minor DLC that we don't need to have based on a feature that we don't need to use. You know, you've gave us this option to have the workshop at our disposal if we want to use it. You could play the whole game without needing to use it at all. But when you sit there and you announced new workshop content, new workshop content, new workshop content, this is included in the season pass, and there's going to be 2 major DLC along with it, and that is all you're getting. That's bad for those who don't play the workshop. Oh, Jesus, I don't know. I just think it's bullshit, Bethesda. You fucked us over. I'm disappointed. I don't know if I can trust you with the next season pass for any other game that you release in future. I just don't quite trust you at the moment. You've shafted us, you fucked us over, Bethesda, and that's all I'm going to say about it. Fallout 4 is brilliant, but you fucked us over with the future content that you promised and never gave us. So that's all I'm going to say. This has been Gamerboy talking here on Improv Rant on Gamerboy Gaming, where I play the games that you need to have. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode. And Bethesda, fuck off. God damn it.